Hello, I'm the Webnovel guy. Today, I've got 10 web novels featuring overpowered protagonists. Before we begin, just a quick note. The numbers in this list are not rankings. Now, let's get started. Number 1. I just reached the maximum level, and you want me to be a puppet emperor? Li Chen isn't your average protagonist. He transmigrated straight into a fantasy world and became a prince of the heavenly strategy dynasty. After finally cultivating to the very peak of power, fate hit him with a twist. The old emperor died, and Li Chen suddenly found himself on the throne. He thought he had it all: power, freedom, and the perfect life of an emperor. But the truth was far from easy. The Empress Dowager ruled from behind the curtain, officials plotted endlessly, regional princes eyed their own kingdoms, foreign enemies circled the borders, and arrogant sects acted above the law itself. But Li Chen, he couldn't care less. After all, he is already at max level. His attitude? Why should I put up with any of you? After severing ties, all my summoned beasts are dark creatures. Gu Chen was born into glory. His father, the Northern Territory War King, was a holy sword warrior, and his younger brother awakened as a rare dragon warrior knight. But unlike them, Gu Chen was abandoned for 18 years, forced to live in poverty, mocked as weak, and treated like trash by his own family. When he finally returned home, things only got worse. His father called him a disgrace, his stepmother cursed at him, and even the servants looked down on him. But Gu Chen had enough. He severed ties with them all, and that's when his destiny changed. He awakened as a summoner and gained a god-tier talent, Darkborn First Blood. This power allowed his summoned beasts to fuse with a dark bloodline and evolve into terrifying dark creatures. A bloodthirsty bat became Dracula. A nightmare evolved into the Nightmare Overlord, and soon, Gu Chen commanded an unstoppable Dark Legion. From then on, he crushed geniuses, destroyed enemies, and became an army all by himself. Even when the Abyss invaded and the mighty demon god descended, Gu Chen's Dark Legion tore them apart. Standing before the trembling demon god, Gu Chen only smiled and said, "You know the despair Black Dragon Nighthawk? The one even God King Odin couldn't defeat? Yeah, it's mine now." 3. Explosive Liver Archery, from hunting to support family to hunting gods. In a world overrun by demons, where mortals are treated like ants, one man rises against the chaos. That man is Wang Suan. Originally just a simple hunter trying to support his family, his life changes the moment he awakens the mysterious Crimson Panel. With it, even the most ordinary skills can evolve into power strong enough to slay gods. From basic archery turning into the immeasurable god-slaying arrow, to trap techniques evolving into the eternal night cage, Wang Suan's path is one of unstoppable growth. He shoots down demon emperors in seas of blood, suppresses ancient gods at the edge of the abyss, and when the heavenly Tao itself sends down divine punishment, he dares to aim his bow at the heavens. Wang Suan's journey is simple but relentless. He trusts only in the arrow in his hand. He believes only in grinding his way to the invincible path. And with Crimson at his side, he's determined to see just how far his power can reach. Falsely accused? No problem. Edit my background on the spot. Chu Yun transmigrated into a cultivation world, but his beginning was nothing short of a nightmare. Betrayed by his so-called white moonlight, framed by a rival in love, and condemned by his sect's upper echelon, his future looked ruined before it even began. But at that critical moment, fate changed. He awakened the background editing system and rewrote his life as the long-lost 9th prince of the Great Shah dynasty. The moment his soul lamp reignited, it sent shockwaves through the royal family. The Great Shah Emperor roared, "Find my son immediately, no matter the cost." And while Chu Yun was still on trial, the skies split open. Royal powerhouses and his uncle, the terrifying Asura Lord, descended in wrath.
ants dare to touch my nephew?" From that moment on, Chu Yun's path was no longer one of despair, but one where the world itself would tremble before his background.
5. I transmigrated into a novel as a villain, and my system refreshes randomly. Qin Shao isn't your typical transmigrator. He wakes up in the body of a cannon fodder villain doomed to die within 3 chapters. And right in front of him, the domineering Dragon King Yi Chen waving 9 engagement letters like a death sentence. From the very start, the danger is off the charts. But just when it seems hopeless, Qin Shao's golden finger finally kicks in. He gains 2 powerful passive abilities. The first, perfect knowledge of the plot, letting him predict Yi Chen's every move. The second, an aura breaker, stripping away the protagonist's plot armor and restoring everyone's true intelligence. And his ultimate trump card, plundering. Facing Yi Chen, snatch. Stopping fate-bound events, snatch. Stealing lucky encounters, definitely snatch. Every luck point he takes makes him stronger, boosts his charm, unlocks new system powers, and even increases the chance of drawing an ultimate grade system. And the best part? This is only the beginning. Star Instructor, Master Baek. After his key center is destroyed, a martial arts instructor of the Blood Demon cult is assigned to learn and research the martial arts of 4 captured Muram masters. However, when the cult betrays him and decides to kill him, he fights back and everyone in the cult dies, including himself. He then mysteriously wakes up in the body of Baek Sudeong, a young martial arts instructor in the rural countryside with the disease that will kill him within 3 years. He realizes that the martial arts he had learned holds the key to healing his new body's illness, but in order to do that, he needed money. A lot of money. Baek Sudeong thus embarks on a journey to become the star instructor of the Azure Dragon Martial Arts Academy and earn enough money to save his own life. Perhaps he would even manage to educate some kids along the way. 7. The unfortunate trapper expelled from the hero's party, becoming the strongest with his unique skill, Arrow. Kagiura Keiichiro's journey as an adventurer ended with a single sentence. That's why we've decided to have you leave the party today. Branded as useless, his class, Trapper, was seen as dead weight. With no direct combat ability, he was cast out of the famous Holy Swords party by none other than his own childhood friend. His dream shattered. Keiichiro's adventuring days should have ended there, but fate had other plans. On his lonely journey home, a mysterious accident changed everything. Keiichiro awakened a unique skill, one that would let him walk a path no one expected. Now armed with power unlike any other, he sets out to chase the Baek he once admired and rise far beyond it. When the monster meat I ate led me to the throne. Mars, the first prince of the Faerun kingdom, lived every day in fear of assassination. Even at just 12 years old, he couldn't eat his royal meals without worrying about poison. To survive, he snuck into the forest and hunted monsters, forcing himself to eat their meat just to stay alive. One night, everything changed. A red-haired beauty known as the legendary Demon Sword Saint appeared before him. Impressed by what she thought was his determination, she declared, "You have potential. Become my disciple." From that single misunderstanding, Mars was dragged into a harsh training regimen that pushed him far beyond his limits. He was forced to eat stronger monsters, endure cursed items, and survive grueling trials, all while wishing for nothing more than a peaceful life. Yet, his strength grew to the point where others began to follow him. Misunderstood at every turn, Mars unintentionally built a reputation as a powerful leader. Step by step, his unwanted rise would shake kingdoms and lead him toward the throne itself. This is the story of a boy who never wanted glory, but became the strongest king through nothing but mistakes and misunderstandings. 9. Exiled to the graveyard of heroes, I revived them all, and now an unprecedented nation of legends has been born. Elot, The hero who once defeated the Demon Lord was branded useless and cast aside. Falsely accused of rape and treason, he was hurled into the abyss, a graveyard where countless heroes of the past lay buried. Betrayed by the comrades and lover he trusted most, Elot sank into despair. And yet, he rose again, vowing to escape the abyss. But even he was powerless when a monstrous beast, far beyond anything he had ever faced, cornered him. With death closing in, Elot invoked the one gift the goddess had granted him: resurrection. In the depths of the abyss, he awakened the slumbering heroes of old, legends who, like him, had been betrayed and discarded. Thus began Elot's tale. Together with the resurrected heroes, he would forge a nation in the darkness of the abyss and plot revenge against his former comrades, his ex-lover, and the very kingdom that cast him away. 10. The unremarkable archer was branded incompetent and banished, but a fateful encounter made him the third princess's attendant. It's too late to appreciate my support now. I'm starting a new life under a false identity. Emil Waker is an archer. He belongs to the S-ranked adventurer party, Gathering of Prodigies, where all the other members are nobles. As a former farmer, Emil is looked down upon by the party leader, a duke, and eventually branded incompetent and cast out. However, the truth is that there were many dire situations where the party was only saved thanks to Emil's cover fire. Without him, Gathering of Prodigies begins a steady descent into ruin. After being exiled, Emil is falsely accused of a crime, has his assets confiscated, and re-registers at the guild under a false identity as an F-ranked adventurer. While looking for new work, he's approached by a woman and accepts a bodyguard request to escort her to a rural town where even the monsters are weak. For a former S-ranked adventurer like Emil, it should have been an easy job. But the woman he was hired to protect turns out to be the ill-fated third princess, seeking to escape the country. When the knights come chasing after her, Emil chooses to help her flee and finds himself swept up in a national conflict. That's all for today's list of web novels with overpowered MCs. If you enjoyed any of the recommendations, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel. See you in the next one.